There's a forgotten stretch of forest along the Manitoba-Ontario border where the trees go quiet long before the sun goes down. Locals say the silence isn't natural, that it crept in after the meat started moving. It started with whispers. Truckers at gas stations muttering about the black market meat being smuggled east. Not deer, not moose, not bear, squirrel. Not roadkill, not hunted for sport. No, this was full-on industrial squirrel poaching. One man, never confirmed by name, but always described the same. 6'2", lean, sun-leathered face, and missing half an ear. They called him Jackknife. No one knew if it was his name or a warning. He drove an old ice cream truck, engine always idling. Inside? Not popsicles, chest freezers, padlocked. Cooled by a generator wired into the dashboard. No logos, no license plate, just a bumper sticker that read, "You've never had meat like this." By the time wildlife officials caught wind, hundreds of pounds of squirrel meat had moved, cooked, vacuum sealed, and labeled under fake names like forest fowl and backwoods chicken. The demand wasn't from survivalists or weird hipsters either. It was high-end restaurants in Toronto and Montreal. They were serving it as artisanal woodland confit, a delicacy. Authorities got a break when a health inspector stumbled onto a shipment at a warehouse in Kenora. He was there on a mold complaint. Did not expect to open a walk-in freezer full of tiny rib cages. Rows and rows of stripped skeletons hung like trophies. From there, it escalated fast. Raids, fines, backdoor interviews with chefs who swore they didn't know. But Jackknife? Gone. Just vanished. He left the truck running at a rest stop near Thunder Bay. Generator humming. Still cold inside. Still full. Here's the weirdest part. No one knows how he got that many squirrels. They say the math doesn't add up. Hundreds of pounds a week. Every week. That's thousands of squirrels. No one heard anything. No traps. No gunshots. Some people say he trained them. Others think he had help. There was a theory, never proven, that he was connected to a wildlife biologist who went missing in 2014 after writing a paper on pheromone manipulation in rodents. Whatever the truth is, the files were sealed in 2019. No charges, no follow-up. But every now and then, a meat inspector in Quebec or a food blogger in Vancouver will get a sample that doesn't quite match the DNA of chicken, rabbit, or game hen. When they test it, unknown species. And then the sample disappears, every time. The lab reports get flagged, and someone from some unnamed federal agency calls asking for copies, and silence. In 2021, a wildlife officer posted anonymously on a trapping forum. His post was quickly deleted, but not before it got screenshotted. He claimed he'd found a clearing in Whiteshell Provincial Park, where the trees were stripped bare. No bark, no leaves, and no animals, except one thing. A circle of bones, tiny skulls, dozens of them, arranged perfectly, like a message. And in the middle, a tag from a vacuum-sealed meat bag. Smudged, but one word still legible. Jackknife. Now campers report hearing skittering at night. Too many footsteps. One woman swore she saw a single squirrel watching her from the tree line, just staring, until she blinked and it was gone. Nobody talks about it publicly. Not the restaurants, not the conservation officers, not the health department. But out there, deep in the boreal forest, the silence lingers. And if you're ever out late and you hear leaves rustle, not one squirrel, but dozens, moving in unison, it might already be too late. 'Cause if Jackknife's still out there, he's not just trafficking meat anymore. He's building something.